All right, ladies and gentlemen, after like a month, we're back for some more Shadows of the Empire. Oh, you gotta love that 30 FPS. Like, I don't remember the controls. I haven't played this game in a long bloody time. I don't even know who I am anymore. I'm General, like... And thank you, Emperor Snake. I forgot how to control anything on this game. It's like... Yeah, I've been playing a shitload of, like, Fallout New Vegas, Outward. At least I still know how to shoot a stormtrooper in the face. And speaking of shooting a stormtrooper in the face, Book of Boba Fett finally launched, and it's actually not terrible. I'm very surprised that it's not awful. It has nothing to do with the EU, because, for one, they made Boba Fett, like, I guess the... Aw, damn, I might get... Well, that was off to a bad start. You know, I thought stormtroopers were supposed to be bad at shooting things. You know, that's the one problem with this game. Like, it does not do corridors very well, and I forgot how to strafe. Let's see if I can remember the controls real fast. Okay, that's not it. That's not it. Is that it? No, that's jump. That's... Y is not that. Okay, we'll just, play it by ear. Besides, the PC controls are way worse than this. Like, way, way worse. I'll take those hits. But yeah, Boba Fett, man. They turned him into straight hero classic, when he really never was. Even when he was, like, in his 70s and dying from testicular cancer. And I'm sure somebody probably believes that that's actually true, but it's not. But he was dying from clone degeneration. It was a way that Karen Traviss was able to tie, the original characters into her clone trooper stuff, which I really liked. But, like, Boba Fett by that point was, like, in his 70s. But then so was Han. And Han was still kicking ass like you wouldn't believe. Stop dying! Let's see, and hello, Conga. I blame you, Conga, for making me take those hits. Still not even out the door yet. This doesn't actually get any easier either. They do a crap ton of damage. It's gonna be one of those things where I'm just gonna have to keep save scumming. Save scumming is my middle name. It's a very long middle name too. Never could spell it right as a kid. I get that, like, waiting for it to charge up to 100. Look how few hits it takes, though. Look at that. You're already dead by the time you have time to react. This game was much more difficult than I remember. I bet I cheated my way through this as a kid, though. You think I'm impatient now? I had even less patience back then. But I don't remember it being this difficult. I could have had it on God mode, though. Finally blasted those bastards. One thing I do find funny is, with Book of Boba Fett, I have a friend who actually, knows what a Kiwi accent is supposed to sound like, and essentially described the, accent that, Temeraire, or how the fuck you pronounce that guy's name, described it as a drunken uncle, which I thought was hilarious. Oh, drunk Uncle Fett, he's at it again. Oh, sure you climbed out of the Sarlacc. I bet. Climbed out of a beer bottle, I bet. But yeah, I just find that hilarious. That is not the description that I would ever think of that would work with, you know, Boba Fett. Because, like, how's it going, dude? He said, hey. He didn't seem very concerned about, you know, some guy in combat armor with a blaster. Although, realistically, Dash here really should use, you know, a rifle. That's the one problem with Star Wars. They always use pistols, when in all reality, they need rifles. I mean, come on, people. I knew that was there. Thank you for the candy bar help. Actually, let's go ahead and move that over here so I can actually see what the thing is saying. And hello, Jacob Kennedy. Only got 3 lives. Now imagine trying to finish this on 3 lives. We barely got out of the starting room, and the level's not even close to being finished. And there's an E-web just sitting there like a bastard. And I'm getting shot in the back, because of course I am. Yeah, guess what? I got save scumming. You scum. You fucking bastards. Yeah, I ran right into that. I deserve that hit, but I don't care. Okay, let's just sneak up on him. This is much harder than I remember. When I played this on the PC version just a few years ago, this was way easier. I think if I remember the controls for strafing, this might be a little easier. Okay. Finally blasted that guy. Hey, that's not fair! Damn you, LucasArts. I get the invincibility now. I love how there's just a random invincibility just sitting in some Stormtrooper's footlocker. It's like, wait a minute, why don't you just use that all the time? Thank you, game, for giving me at least a little bit. Just a little bit of mercy. I can hear some random crap going on in there. I don't like the sound of it. Sounds scary. Sounds like it's gonna kill me. You know, this right here reminds me of Galaxy Quest. Fuck that! It was a poorly written episode! Who would design this? I mean, I guess you could say, like, this is sort of an anti-personnel thing, but, like, okay, what happens when this breaks? Or, like, what happens when you have to try to escape the ship? You are fucked. Was a part of a sniper, which explains why he's so powerful. Why the main character just uses the bow. Okay, well, I don't consider Solo a Star Wars story even remotely canon. And there's no such thing as a sniper pistol. I mean, you're not making 500-yard hits with a pistol. That's just not gonna happen. And even then, like the Manuran, right, revolver with the bipod. That thing, I am so hurt. They've really hurt my feelings. I'm so triggered right now. I'm literally shaking. Even the Manuran revolver, you know, in 357 Magnum, even then, that's only like a 50 to 100-yard shot, and that's not really a sniper shot, at least not by modern standards. Maybe by World War II standards it is? Oh crap, I'm gonna be triggered again! Especially since I forgot what the bloody key. Go! Since Star Wars isn't sucking as much as it might otherwise, my hope is that maybe characters like Dash Rendar might show up again. I mean, there's no reason why they couldn't do that, because... Okay, so I remember that control. So now I won't get fucked so hard. Oh dear. But it's not like Dash Rendar did anything after this game. Because all we ever got for this... I think there was like some sort of licensing issue with LucasArts, where like if somebody showed up in a LucasArts game, they couldn't show up in the books. And so that's why we didn't get anything Dash Rendar related until like 2012. And even then it was a prequel. And that's also why we have no idea what really happened to Sev. Unless you take that one thing in Star Wars Galaxies. In Star Wars Galaxies, there's a random stormtrooper, or clone trooper, I should say, on Kashyyyk that you can find. I forget what his name is, I forget where you find him, but he's there. And the fan theory at one time was that was Sev. And he just decided to live out in the jungle for whatever reason. Come on, blast him. Blast him. Need to be able to aim. Fuck hip shooting. Everybody knows that didn't work. Alien Jack Weaver needs to exist. But I really like how Book of Boba Fett has these, has the flashbacks. I'd really like to see his little hero's journey that he has to go on with the Sand People. But still, the biggest issue with Boba Fett is that's not the real Boba Fett. Not really. He's way too nice. Like, that is way nicer than Boba Fett ever got. Boba Fett was about as nice as, say, Judge Dredd would be. He's about that nice. I mean, Boba Fett, this is the guy that when he was in his 70s, you know, was saying how great... Who would design this? So you should figure out the timing just right, or just do that. And then save. Immediately save. So a concept in your zombie shoot 'em up. PSG one. Oh god, that sounds painful. A blue Russian? Oh my. But I will accept this Boba Fett. I mean, I kind of like Hero Fett. Hero Fett, I think, is an interesting concept, even if it's not really what he should be. I probably should have grabbed that health, but I didn't. Now, one must wonder, though, how to actually... Oh, crap. I don't remember how to... How do I crouch? Okay, that's not it, that's not it, that's not it. Okay, that's not it. That's also a camera button. This is the problem with emulation sometimes. It's trying to remember what does what. Okay, so this isn't it. Because I have to figure out how to... Okay, that does that. That does that. Okay. Who would play this in top-down? I mean, could you know some insane... You know, some insane man has played this top-down the entire game and is like, oh, this is the best way to play it! It's like, how could you play it any other way? It's like, this is just painful. I mean, how are you supposed to see? Although I love how I just navigated an entire platforming section pretty much in top-down. It's still heretical, still wrong, still of the Satan, the gaming Satan, EA. But gaming Satan aside, though, we'll see what they do with Boba Fett. I do like his new armor, though. It is definitely much more simplistic than his original armor, but I imagine it's a lot easier to keep consistent on a TV show budget. That's one thing about, like, Stormtroopers after they rebooted them. They're a lot simpler. I guess that's sort of like the modern aesthetic of absolute simplification. Now, what could that say about current culture? I do not know. I am using RetroArch with the Parallel N64 emulator. Works pretty well. Makes the game look pretty good. I originally was going to do the PC version, but I really did not want to have to deal with those really finicky controls. The PC version does look better. There we go, finally. It's the evil bastard spawn of R2-D2. There was a version of an astromech droid that could talk. That's one sad aspect of Star Wars. They never really explored what to do with the droids. Because there were some droids that could talk and were completely sapient, and some that weren't. Thank you, HK01, for being a bastard. Now see, that is fodder for a TV show or a film. The Great Droid Revolution, where billions upon billions of people died. You could have all kinds of, like, awesome space battles and things of that nature. You could even have it be where, you know, HK01 has a point. But, alas... Well, actually, wait, no. According to Kathleen Kennedy, there is no expanded universe for Star Wars. So they had to start from scratch. No wonder they did so bad, right? I mean, the Thrawn trilogy doesn't reel. Even though I get the feeling that we're gonna get a giant... Assuming Lucasfilm doesn't completely collapse due to its insane wokeness, we might actually get a live-action Thrawn trilogy. Hopefully. Maybe. I'm not sure the world we live in deserves such a thing, but you never know. Let's see. Authentic hardware forever. I think authentic hardware is great, but I'm too lazy to dig it out. I do have the authentic hardware and the authentic game literally under the bed, but I'm not going to dig that shit out and try to play it on here. I did Rogue Squadron 1 and 2 with authentic hardware. I think I deserve to be able to hit F2 every 5 seconds. Sounds like the butler. I wonder if that was inspired by Doom. Use crafts to shoot from easier as well as use aim. Oh yeah, I forgot you could aim in this game. That was not good to the camera. Okay, we gotta jump out here. Haha! Take that, evil R2. You know, you think we're in the future. Why are they still using, like, tracks? Do they have a track tensing system? This is way harder than I remember. This took no time at all. I barely died on the PC version. Come on, blast him, blast him. Shit. I'm just rusty on this. Yeah, Dune. That is the one franchise. Never got into it, and probably never will. Okay, I think we need to get some actual cover, so let's stay crouched. Blast that one. Save. Now, one really untapped property that would make for a great TV show is Judge Dredd. I mean, Judge Dredd is a fairly cheap concept in general. Like, you just need a guy in a costume for that. And not even a particularly expensive costume as 2012's Dredd shows. But I think with the current, shall we say, climate, a show about, you know, an evil officer of the law wouldn't exactly work, now would it? I just said that he looked like a trash can. He doesn't like that sort of thing, apparently. Wow, that I totally meant to do that. Ah, fuck. Come on. Just pop out there. That's one thing that reminds me of all that woke nonsense. When Last Jedi came out, and it sucked so bad that nobody liked it. Like, even the modern-day Star Wars fans hated it. It's like, well, it's because it was too many women in it. It's like, really? How many female characters were in that show? Like, what, 3? You had Rey, Admiral Gender Studies, and, Rose Tico that no one liked as well. It's like, there were 3. How many females were in, the Thrawn trilogy? I'm thinking there was only, what, 2? Mara Jade and, Princess Leia? It's like, oh yeah, because everybody complained about that then, didn't they? It's like, that's the one thing that media likes to do, is just say, oh yeah, it's like the Nat sucks. It's like, oh no, it's bad entertainment. God damn it. Frack, Frel, Fred, Fruck, right? Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna charge out here, immediately get shot. Could there be some health around here? Anything? Now, the eagle-eyed viewers amongst you will know that those boxes were actually seen, or would later go on to be seen, in Jedi Knight 1. I'm just gonna take the death. That way I can be right at 100%. Because, damn. Thankfully, the boss should be pretty easy. I remember killing him in like a couple of seconds on the PC version. Because all you need are the, do I have it? Please tell me I have it. No, I don't have it! Because all you really need are the disruptors. If you have that, he dies in like just a couple of hits. I may have to do something really boring and just shoot the boxes. Okay, apparently I can... You know, Dash, that can't be good for your neck, dude. That just looks painful. Okay, so apparently I cannot aim and shoot. Evidently that's not... Ah, there it is! Okay, I was using the wrong control. Ugh. Why can't the gameplay itself? As you don't take the death and move on, safe stating on low health means constantly low. Well, I guess that's true. Judge Dredd remake. Yeah, you would not want Judge Dredd today, that is for sure. I can't imagine what's happening in the actual 2080 comic, which, to be honest, I never really got into in the first place. Judge Dredd, I always kind of had a problem with anyway. If only because his rather puritanical view on the always just kind of annoyed me. Especially with the whole idea of, like, civilians are not allowed to defend themselves. It's like, well, then, are they just supposed to die? And I guess in his mind, they are. So it's like, I can't really support that. Oh, I remember this. It's gonna take forever to figure out where the hell to go. Okay, could there please be some disruptors in here? No. It's nothing. It's a big box of nothing. VHF, I love that movie. With the levers that open right doors, yeah, not. But if, see, that's the problem. If Rey had been like, I'm Palpatine, it's like, why would anyone even ask somebody's last name that you don't know anyway? It's like, well, what's your name? What's your last name? Well, you gonna mail me something? Why did she bury the lightsabers in sand? Shouldn't you, like, she could have put them in a box or something? But less said about the rise of Shitwalker aside. I like the fact there are still Star Wars fans to this day that do not even acknowledge the prequels. Because the prequels are scheisse. There always will be shit. They had some good elements, but that's about it. We did not need to know anything about what actually happened back then. We didn't need to know. I did not need to see Darth Vader become Darth Vader. It was unnecessary. And I stick by that. Because, like, the more you explain about that character, the more it's hard to explain, the harder it is to explain away why Luke was like, oh, we must forgive him. It's like, but he killed, like, millions of people. And I can't say it on here, but I have a theory that the Sith are way worse than people give them credit for. Because if they are able to get off, well, actually, they already are worse than people give them credit for. Everybody loves Darth Bane, but I would remind everyone that technically Darth Bane is a child. Well, it's not technically, he is. Darth Bane is literally a child murderer, and technically, Vader is as well. If only because he technically was second in command of the Death Star, and there were quite a few non-combatants on Alderaan, but whatever. But that's the thing, though. Darth Bane legitimately, like, cut the head off of a kid. You can kind of give him a pass for that. Rey could have went to the Valley of the Jedi. Yeah, that could have happened too. Really? Football? Ugh. But anyway. Sick with allergies. That's not fun. Yeah, I've been dealing with the aftermath of getting my wisdom teeth removed. Not fun, let me tell you. It's one of those things where, you know you're an adult when you're really happy that you have really good insurance, so you can pay to be miserable. In fact, after this live stream, I get to go and clean out my mouth stumps with salt water. Can't wait! It's like, I remember the days when I could just play the video games all day, every day. Although the big problem with playing the video games all day, every day is, there's just not that many good ones anymore. Or if there are good ones, I beat them in like a couple weeks because they're that good. I think Dash is going to have really bad knees by the time he hits 70. The Jedi and the High... I don't even consider the High Republic a thing. Because, yeesh. The Vessel. Oh no, don't tell me I shut every single one of these things. Okay, good. The Vessel. That stupid rock. For me, none of that is canon. It seems that modern day media has a difficult time naming anything. It's like, you look at Halo Infinite, which I've actually been playing quite a bit of. The story is complete crap, but the gameplay is fun enough, although I've started to get kind of sick of it. Oh, god damn it. If only I could just type in no clip. Okay, that opened all that up. I hate puzzles. Be they Valve or otherwise. Okay, let's go over here. Pray to the Omniscient that that worked. Actually, I guess it would not hurt to actually look. Okay, I can still get up there. Is there a stairway up there? Yep, there's the stairway to heaven. Didn't get sick once throughout all of this. Well, it's better you got that. Wisdom teeth and tonsils removed. Oh, I never had my tonsils removed, thankfully. Let's see. Hold on. So many people. It could be they're scared to try something new, or it could just be that people are incompetent. I mean, seriously. The weapon, the vessel. I mean, there's a lot of names you could pick, you know. Literally, for like Cortana Jr., you could just... There's all sorts of names out there for that. Oh, I got that fucking door. Goddamn door. Or could we... No, we can't. I was gonna say, could we try to jump across there? But there's no place to go. I didn't forget about this. Okay, well that opens that up and moves that over there, so we'd be fucked again. And not in a good way. That is absolutely worthless. I hate puzzles. Okay, let's reload that save. Because I think... Wait, did I go all the way back here? Oh, good God. Thrill as GeneralLotz tries in vain to solve a puzzle, furrowing his brow in a vain attempt to understand the situation. Okay, and this is not that. Alright, so let's try this, that, and this. Pushing buttons by random didn't work. I'm triggered. Okay, I did it right. I like how I got almost correct the first time. This also reminds me of the time when I first tried to get that. No, the second time I tried to do the puzzle on KOTOR 1. The first time I got it right by complete accident. There's a puzzle at the very end of KOTOR 1 that is actually really bloody easy, but if you don't know what you're doing, it's going to be really, really frustrating. You literally walk it in a pattern of an H, and that's it. If you know what an H looks like, you basically have it. And the first time I did it completely by random, and got it. The second time, not really realizing what I was supposed to do, it took me like half an hour. I wanted to hurl the bloody controller out the window after that. Because this is probably pretty easy. And if I bothered to remember how to actually do this, I could have this done in like 5 minutes, or maybe even less. It probably doesn't help that I'm doing most of this completely by random, and not really paying that close attention. I'd imagine. The mail fee was a good thing. Okay, gift for a postcard. Yeah, it's always a bill. Dragon Quest 11. Let's see. Piece of literature. So I always. Yeah, Fatherland is pretty good. Although there's a more modern equivalent by. Hey, wait, did I get it right? There's a more modern equivalent called Twilight of the Gods by Christopher Nuttall. Basically, socialism doesn't pay, and once you run out of other people's money, you're kind of screwed. I think I reviewed the first book a couple years ago. It's well worth picking up. I think it's only like $4 or $5 on Amazon. For me, when it comes to proper villainy, I would like to see a villain that isn't actually a villain. I mean, that is by far the best kind of villain, is that you're not really sure if the good guy is really that good in the first place. At least with that, what you end up having is some interesting moral arguments. And the villain should never be too villainous. Now, in real life, people are much worse than we'd like them to be, what with all the massacres and the genocides and all the rest. But in fiction, you know, just for escapism, have the villain be, you know, kind of like... Actually, they kind of go a little too far with that guy. Have the villain be kind of like Vulture from that first Tom Holland Spider-Man film, where he's not really that bad of a guy. I always figured that, like, of all the various Spider-Man villains, not Batman could possibly be actually reformed. I mean, that's one of those big problems where, you know, Spider-Man killing his various villains, it's kind of hard not to, like, see that as a good thing, because, well, would the Green Goblin actually be able to be, you know, safe to have around other human beings? I wouldn't think so. And I have no idea where to go now, because I do not remember. Come on, Dash, it's right there. Just hit it. Just hit it. Just hit it. Yeesh. Okay, there we go. Actually, no. Okay, I thought this is where we were supposed to go. There should be another place here. Or did I miss something? Like a vent here or something? Okay, let's save. Robotech. I actually got to read those books at some point. Transitional phase from, yes. Which Disney villain was right? Ugh, Disney. You know, before Disney became woke, I never really cared much for Disney. Like, just the regular Disney crap, you know? It was never something I particularly liked, period, and that hasn't really changed since I was gone. I was always more of a DreamWorks kind of guy than anything else. And yes, evidently Spider-Man No Way Home has reached about $1 billion, which I'm not too surprised at. I mean, it's got all the fan favorite characters. Oh dear. Trying to figure out just where the hell to go in this. This took me forever on the PC version. Is it where I would need like a walkthrough or something? Because I wanted to actually try to beat the game today, but that may not be feasible. Okay, so that goes up there, that goes up there. That still is right there. I think it's probably going to be one of the other doors. Who designed this? I want to reiterate. Who the fuck thought this was a good idea? I think the Empire is working for OCP, or OCP is working for the Empire. Because only they could be dumb enough to think this was a good idea. Okay, so now that we close that... Disney Plus subscription. I mean, there's worse entertainment, but then again, all entertainment's pretty bad today. I mean, it's just one of those things of which horrible company do you want to support? Because Netflix is no better. Okay, so that opens up that. What opens that up? Nope, that wasn't it. I know for a fact that as a kid I probably never got this. I can just picture me typing in the level select code at this point. There we go, we finally got that open. Now, did we get lucky? Yes, we did. Thank thee, O Omnisaya, for thine bounty. For 18 plus. New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, huh? That's the thing. No! God damn it. If I could type in no clip, I would have by now, because I'm not entirely sure how to open that door. Actually, wait a minute, hold on. I think we know what we can do. Okay, so what we can do here, please tell me there's a stack of boxes. Yes, there are. Okay, so what we do is we aim, hit that box, and then we jump, and we cheat our way to the top. They say cheaters never prosper, but, see, the people who say that, they're the natural losers. Who cares what they have to say? Now, let me guess that door is still shut. No, yet, oh, fuck. Of course it is. Of course it is. Why would it not be shut? Oh, fuck off, Dash. That didn't hurt that bad. Okay, so we're gonna guess that that will open up what we need to go. Open up what we need. And no, it did not. Okay, so if that didn't do it, maybe that will. It's in the corner. Let's see. Goof Troop. Goof Troop, it wasn't that bad, but that is one of those shows that I've never had any real desire to go back to. Okay, let's go back to this. Oh wait, that's not gonna help because I've already shut most of the doors. Damn it. And Star Wars is an international franchise. That's how it got so big. You know, that's one of those things where geek culture, you know, apparently was supposed to have been vilified in the past, but I'm not so sure. If geek culture was vilified at one point, because, the normies didn't like it, then how did shows like Star Wars, Batman, and all the rest ever get popular in the first place? It's one of those things where I think people talked about that, but it wasn't actually true. It's one of those things. I would love to finish this level, but I'm getting the feeling that that's not going to happen today. I'll kick around at this for a few more minutes, but I'm already starting to get kind of pissed off here. This is not my kind of game, I can tell you that. This is the worst aspect of any game, is where you just completely slow it down. It's like, yep, I have already lost my patience. Of course, that would imply that I had patience in the first place, which I most certainly do not. Alright, let's go into something a lot more, energetic, shall we say. I'll finish that someday. I think I might just abandon Shadows of the Empire because I'd forgotten about that goddamn puzzle. That's like the only puzzle in the game, if I'm not mistaken, that's really that annoying. But good God. It's like, which door opens what? I might just do that on my own time. Alright, let's just select here that. And where is that? Slipgate. And away we go, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the doors. Blech. And yes, I most certainly do, Conga. I most certainly do indeed. But goddamn, is that shit expensive. Come on, load already. If your RX 470 and buy a new GPU. Oh, I already did that. I've got an RTX 760 actually. That RX 480 has been long gone. And now actually getting access to new GPUs is not easy. We got Slipgate here, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't run as well as I'd like, but it'll do. I'm still just using the old Project Brutality, which I'm also quite fond of. See, this is my kind of game. It's like, thinking. We're not here for thinking. Unless it's an RPG. We're here for killing. That's another franchise that could definitely use a real TV show or movie. Now, when I say that, if this was a better time for such things, I would recommend that. It's like, with all the woke nonsense, I hope nothing gets like a TV show or a movie, because it's like, you know it's gonna be bad. Because everything is bad. So I absolutely love the tech base with the Quake 1 textures. Smack, smack. Just beat the shit out of people. That's how I like to open up a door, but rather just shoot the door open. Real RTCW. You know, I still need to play that. There are way too many games, way too many mods to finally play. Although I've played a crap ton of Return to Castle Wolfenstein, so it's like, unless it does something really different, I can't say I really care that much. I do got a good book recommendation. I Am So Dead. Yep, I knew I was gonna die. I could see my death through the ether. But there's a book recommendation that I have called The Shadow of the Gods. It just came out this year, or last year I should say, back in 2021. It is, or on the surface, it appears to be your basic fantasy novel, but it's a Viking fantasy novel, which isn't that different from the norm, but it actually has some pretty good characters, although I think there might be a little wokeness, as 2 of the 3 characters are female. And I wonder if the author did it on purpose for the representation. But if not, at least the characters are entertaining. Because you've got one who is like an ex-warrior female that wants to rescue her kid. You've got just a random Viking female, and then a dude who was once a thrall. Because yes, other countries had the old slaveries long before the United States even was considered to exist, so yeah, but let's not let that detain us, shall we? Oh, Jack Reacher's gonna get destroyed. Let's see. Bottom mods. Turok 2. You know, I still need to play some of those Turok mods. I always say that, but I never get around to it. Recently, I did try to mod Fallout 4, but I basically just gave up on it because there weren't that many good mods. And Fallout 4 generally just isn't a very good game. I think I'm just gonna play one level of this, kind of cut it short, simply because get a little motion sickness, which annoys me. Because I was hoping to actually do a longer stream, but there's something about the N64 frame rate that just makes me feel sick, and I have no idea why. If I keep playing it, it's not too bad, but getting stuck on that door puzzle is just like, makes me feel like I want to vomit. Not just because it's annoyingly difficult. I mean, it's probably not that difficult, but, well, sleep is for the weak. Now, this particular mod here uses a lot of music and sound effects from Doom 64, which I'm quite fond of. Let's see. Turok 2 Ascension and Turok 2 Co-op are most plays. Yeah, one day I do need to try Turok 2 Co-op. Because I need to replay Turok 2. It's been about 10 years. It'll happen to you. But yeah, that Viking fantasy book, I mean, a book with actual characters. It's like, oh my god, characters I actually care about. And it's not just lists of what they're doing. For some reason, a lot of modern day books, be it fantasy or sci-fi, love to list off, and they need this, and this, and this, and this, and this. It's like, good god. It's like, I don't care what they did, just show me what they're doing. I remember when books could have really epic plots in 300 pages. I mean, you consider, Timothy Zahn did more in 300 pages than most books do today in like 6 200-page books. They love to just drag shit out like you wouldn't believe. I mean, when you consider that the original Aliens novels were only like 300 pages apiece, I mean, Earthhive literally has a plot on the Xenomorph homeworld and the Earth getting overrun by Xenomorphs in 300 pages! And it doesn't feel rushed. Is why I call some of these things holy relics, because modern day writers just don't know how to wrap it up. Speaking of wrapping it up, good god. I'm starting to feel kind of sick from the motion sickness. I'm gonna blame Dash Rindar, because good god. Well, next week we're gonna try to have a longer live stream. I don't know what it is about the N64, but every time I try to play it, and like if I get stuck somewhere, this is totally true, I end up getting some kind of motion sickness. I don't get it. It happened again. So next week we'll try to do some more gaming here. I'm thinking after I finally beat Shadows of the Empire, I'm thinking I'm going to move on to AVP 2. But until then, I'm GeneralLotz, and have a very good weekend. Let's go here.